now we have a real treat, although the first two were very exciting, but we have a return from last year with LiveScribe and by popular demand, and so we'll turn it over to Jim.
Hi, thanks. My name is Jim Margraf. I'm CEO and founder of LiveScribe. First, how many people have used a LiveScribe smart pen? Okay, it's better than last year. Thank you, it's good. Let me give a little background. In 10 minutes, I'm going to try to compress a year's worth of developments in progress. First of all, I'm holding a LiveScribe smart pen. This is a computer. It's a fully multimodal computer. So quick demo, when you write with this, it captures everything you write, everything you hear, everything you speak, and it makes it accessible to other people in a variety of ways. So let me do a quick demo and show you, and then I'll advance it and show how we're using this and what's happened with learning. First of all, if we can go to the camera, hopefully. Document camera. Oh, it's pushed. There we go. Excellent. Okay, so I have a notebook. It's a paper notebook. I have in this piece of paper, and they're printed with very small dots, which are seen by a camera in the pen. You can print your own paper by taking copy paper, put it through the laser printer, and print dots and controls on it for free. Or you can buy notebooks at the same price as ordinary notebooks. Let me proceed. Okay, great, thanks. Thanks, John. So if I take my pen and I begin writing, I'll write LiveScribe and HigherEd Tech. Okay, what I've written on the page now is stored in the pen. When I dock my pen, it'll be moved to my computer or other devices. If I touch some controls at the bottom of the page, I can touch record. My pen says it's recording. And if I write, I'll write 1. It's the Echo smart pen. It has a speaker, a microphone, a display, audio I/O, and a USB connector. It has 8 gigs of memory, 248. If I write 2, I draw a picture of a Mac or PC. While I'm writing, it's capturing the audio as I'm speaking it, synchronizing it with the ink as I'm writing, and allowing me to go back and touch this and hear what was spoken as I wrote my notes. 3, I'll draw a cloud. We now have a developer community with APIs and an SDK. We have applications. We also have a community where people can share their notes, where other people can see them, and this is very big, and I'll explain this for education. If I touch stop, and I'm going to plug in an external speaker, when I plug this in and go back to my notes where I've written them on the paper, 1, it's the Echo smart pen. You'll hear it play speaker, as I wrote. If I touch 2, I draw a picture of a Mac or PC. While I'm writing, I'll draw a cloud. We now have a developer so I can get instant access to whatever I've heard or has been writing. Further, as I said, it is a computer. I'll show you a couple applications to give you a sense of the potential of this. If I take this and draw a line like this and write the word T-R-A-N-S, it says translate. So this will go to a demonstration of a translator. A little higher volume if I could. If I write the word 1, O-N-E,
Uno.
then you can see it recognizes it, converts it to Spanish, and speaks it. If I write 1, we're in Las Vegas, so I'll write beer.
Cerveza.
And please.
Por favor.
If I go back to those words and touch them, I'll go 1.
Uno. Cerveza. Por favor.
I could there you do it again.
Spanish.
Thank you.
And I guess that
Mandarin.
appears in the backpack now.
That's right. So I just touched down. Let's go to Mandarin.
一啤酒，请
And if you look very closely at this display, it's actually quite high res, and you'll be able to see the Mandarin character. If I'd like to go further,
Mandarin, Arabic.
how about
واحد بيرة من فضلك من فضلك من فضلك.
it's just an interesting word. Okay. So I'll proceed. So interesting application shows off the potential of a computer in your hand. If I draw another line, I'll write the word piano. And this is frivolous, but I'd like to show what's possible.
Draw your piano. First, draw 9 vertical lines from left to right.
So we'll draw some lines. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Connect the lines on the top and bottom.
Top, bottom.
Write the letter I. This is your instrument. Write the letter R. This is your rhythm. Tap the keys to play.
I built a keyboard which will work. In fact, it could change instruments.
Vibraphone, kalimba, steel drum, fiddle,
and even a fiddle back and forth. And then kick off some rhythm. And play around with it. Now, the things that I've written on the page are all still active. If I go back to my notes and touch echo, it will play
It's the Echo.
the audio.
Smart
If I go to
pen.
my
It has a
translation
speaker,
to
a microphone,
beer
a display.
بيرة من فضلك.
and to the piano. So this stays active. Now again, this is on a piece of paper. Okay, if I take my pen now, and by the way, I could, there is built into this a full scientific, financial, statistical calculator on paper that works by touching it, or I could draw it, write out a math problem, it could help me solve it and show me how to solve it as well. If I take this now and plug it in to my PC, it will connect, it'll transfer this information to my desktop, and I'll show you what I can do with that momentarily. While that's occurring, I don't know if many people saw this. This is the September 19th issue of New York Times Magazine. There was an article on LiveScribe and what we've done. And now let's get to education, because this spoke about, it was called The Pen That Never Forgets. And it talked about a classroom in Staten Island where a teacher, a high school teacher, Brian Licata, was using the pen, so the students had the pens in class. First of all, they were able to take notes in class while he was teaching math and go back and listen to the information he presented. Secondly, they were able to do something he called think alouds. Typically, a student takes a math problem, writes out the answer, turns in a piece of paper, the teacher looks at it, scratches their head and says, yikes, what happened? In this case, he was able to have the students write out their answer while they were delivering their answer, explain it. Talk about what they were doing, think aloud. Say, gee, I'm solving it this way. At that point, they docked their pen, the information was delivered to the teacher who could then watch this as an animated movie with voice. We call that a pencast instead of a podcast. A pencast. The teacher took it as a pencast, was able to look at the thinking that was going on inside each student's mind and decide, does this student have a conceptual problem or is it a procedural problem? Why did they cross this out? What's happening? Now, as a result of this is happening now across the country. Some numbers since last year. We now have over 50 million interactive pages of content that have been written with Smart Pen since we launched this product about 2 years ago. Over 50 million interactive pages. The pencasts are climbing extraordinarily, and the use of this in education is high. If I come now to my desktop, I'll switch over here, hopefully. If we go to my screen, you can see, there we go. So that's now on my PC. You can see it. The black ink means there's no audio associated with it. The green ink means that there's audio, and I'll plug this in right here. Oops. Somewhere. Sorry, can't see. There we go. So if I play this now, and I click on it right here, and turn my volume on.
Smart pen. It has a
reanimate
speaker,
the ink the way that we drew
display.
it. Click 2.
I draw a picture of a Mac or PC. While I'm
Click 3.
I'll draw a cloud. We now have a developer
I
community
can
with
zoom
APIs
in, I
and
can
an
zoom
SDK.
out,
We have
I can search
applications.
for
We also have a
handwritten
community
text,
where
it'll
people
find
can
it, I can
share
move the page
their
around,
notes, where other people
and I have
can
access to all my notes. Now what's happened since then? By the way, the comments in this New York Times article, a couple things. The student said it's like having your own little personal teacher there with you at all times. More teaching time. The teacher said 2 or 3 times a year, teachers whip out some new technology and use it, but it doesn't do anything better and it's never seen again. But this time it was different, he said. I've made more gains with this class this year than I've made with any class, he told me. So this is a great article, talks about the story. If you want to see what's happening with these pencasts, let's go back here. And now this is on my iPad because the other thing we've done this year is we move this forward. So I can now move my pencast from my paper, dock my pen, put it on my PC. With 2 clicks, I can get it onto my iPad or my iPhone.